Hello there, thanks a lot for dropping by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, the Orioles, huh? Generally regarded as the very first rhythm and blues vocal group. Wow, that is history right there. And of course, total members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Got a lovely vintage window card here, the spring of 1954. Really cool concert poster, churned out by Tillman Press over in Oakland, California. And I say over in Oakland because the gigs were across the bay in San Francisco. Now, I'm not sure if this was a tour blank or not. It sort of looks like one, but it could have been designed for just this 6-day stand. You never know until another one turns up. Tillman tended to do posters for just California and the Pacific Northwest anyway, but you have to wonder if such a seminal R&B act would have played well up in Oregon and Washington. And we can forget about Los Angeles, a city that barely seemed to use vintage concert posters. So they possibly used this poster for, say, Oakland or Sacramento, but again, until one turns up, we just don't know. Just a really lovely green design, isn't that nice? Lots of musical notes going down both sides, and very simple wording, that's for sure. In person, the Orioles, and orchestra. And then way down on the white margin at the bottom, you've got the Tillman Press credit with their old address on Market Street. And then the photograph in the middle, very interesting. Let's take a closer look at that. So you've got the 6 members here, but notice the middle guy in the back row. Doesn't he look a little bit odd? Like maybe he was photoshopped in? Well, guess what? He was. Of course, there was no photoshopping in the 1950s. He was pasted in, but the Orioles had a lot of personnel changes, partly due to a fatal car crash, unfortunately, in 1950. So, in this photograph, that middle singer back there is actually Gregory Carroll, who's been posted over original member George Nelson, who had left just the year before. Matter of fact, here's a quick look at the original photograph that's undoctored. I can show you that from a compact disc cover of all things. And there's George Nelson in the back row center, obviously looking a lot more natural, like he truly was part of the original photo session. So going through the members here of such a legendary R&B group real quick, from left to right, and the left person of course way up there on the top, you've got original members Alex Sharp on high tenor, then you've got the most famous name, group leader Sonny Till on lead tenor, second tenor Gregory Carroll, who we just discussed, and by the way, he did join the group in time for their legendary Crying in the Chapel. And on his own, he went on to write and co-produce Doris Troy's hit, Just One Look, in 1963, if you remember that record. Then you've got second tenor and guitarist Ralph Williams, and original member Johnny Reed, who played double bass and sang bass vocals. And then up front, on piano, Charlie Harris, a post-accident addition to the group. Looking at the top part of the poster now, which we often call the venue box, you've got the Manor Plaza Hotel, 930 Fillmore Street in San Francisco. Well, that was a part of town where black-owned businesses and entertainment thrived in the 1950s. There were nightclubs and dance halls, theaters, bowling alleys, skating rink, you name it, it was going on in that area. And one of the Manor's claim to fame was, or is, Flip Wilson was once a doorman, a bellhop there before he got famous down in Los Angeles. So the dates, as you can see, Thursday, April 15th through Tuesday, April 20th, essentially Easter weekend with 2 days tacked onto either side. And then it does say Easter Sunday afternoon dance, 3 to 8 p.m. Now another word was posted over dance, if you can see that, and I didn't attempt to peel that off, so I don't know if it was show or concert or ball, or something like that. So by this point, 54, the Orioles were done with charting. Just a few months earlier, they had had their 9th and final top 10 rhythm and blues hit. So, now as I said earlier also that, not sure if this was a tour blank or not. It sort of looks that way with the top portion, but until we see another example, we just don't know. So, but I'll tell you what, if this is not, I have something up my sleeve. An Orioles tour blank, if this isn't, well, this certainly is. Take a look at this. Wow, definitely an original vintage 50s Orioles window card. 2 blank areas, not just one, right? Not only the date, venue, and ticket information space above, but, you know, other entertainment or whatever could be listed down below. Boy, it's not too often you see a 2 blank space traveling tour blank, I'll tell you. And as for the portion we have in the middle, this poster has a lot of things that make it extra sweet, even though it lacks, of course, a date and a venue and all that stuff, ticket information. Crying in the Chapel on the picture there is listed, and that is, you know, the biggest and most famous of their 9 top 10 rhythm and blues hits. It was #1 for a month for them in 1953, and that's R&B. It even reached #11 on the pop charts. Very big record in 53. It also reached the top 20 for 4 other artists in 53 alone. Wow. And let's not forget Elvis took it big in the mid-60s. Another reason this one's special and fun, under In Person there, it does say, as you can see, the nation's top headline vocal group. Just little fun embellishments like that can really make a poster. And then you've got that nice stylized font, right, for their name. Isn't that fun? Almost looks like the baseball Orioles there. Matter of fact, the singing group and the baseball team both took their name, the Orioles, from the Maryland state bird. So, finally, we can be sure that this one here predates the green one I've been showing you from San Francisco, because, just in case you hadn't noticed, there's the picture that is undoctored and there's no paste over. And if you really want to time it out to the month, George Nelson had left in early 53, but sometimes old publicity photos often hung around for a while, and Crying in the Chapel was the summer of 53, so that pretty much pegs this tour blank as the second half of the year 1953. Then finally, one more little bonus. I'm always looking for them, and there it is in the red. It does say Jubilee Recording Artists, which was the main label of their career. Good to have that on there too. Thanks a lot for dropping by, the Orioles. Great to show you this stuff. Have a nice day, and we'll see you soon for something else. It's been a pleasure. Take care, and bye-bye.